You know, in the U.S. we tend to define problems in the developing world in terms of war, in terms of famine and malnutrition, and those are huge problems. But we don't realize that, you know, for the last couple of decades, the leading cause of death for kids under age 5 has been diarrheal diseases and water and sanitation related diseases, by far.
Well, I think what people back home respond to are solutions that work, and I think one thing about WaterCredit is it works so well it's a little bit scary. People back home will respond to that. When you make them aware of a problem this serious, but then also make them aware of a solution this practical, I think it's in people's nature to want to step up and do their part.
It's rolling, so just start talking whenever you want.
Okay, I'm here with Gary. We are in Trichy, India. Gary, why do you have a bindi on your forehead?
Matt, why do you have a bindi on your forehead?
I don't know. I just woke up that way. So what have we learned?
Well, I think what I've learned here, I mean, every day I learn something new, is that this incredible toll it's taken on people by these money lenders. I mean, we just talked to a woman who was paying 200% interest for a loan for the money lenders. And so what they're able to do with the WaterCredit loans is get a much more affordable rate to get that loan so that they can get the water connection at their home.
Great. And the other thing I think that is really arresting is how much their lives change as a result of these loans. And women who are going to neighboring slums in the middle of the night on water collections and you know, either losing sleep or being late for their jobs and losing money, and so their lives are really really benefit from these loans.
Here in the slums, you can see that people really, their economic potential is all pent up here because they spend so much time just trying to secure water. So if we can get them that little bit of a loan to get that water connection so they're not scavenging for water all the time, then they can go out and make, you know, 5 or 10 times more than what they have to pay for their loan with that extra time.
Also, in terms of empowering women, a number of them talked about the dynamic in their household changing because they were no longer relying on their husbands for money. They were independent, and they could go out and you know, with these self-help groups, they could earn money on their own, and that's changed the dynamics in the household a bit. My job is I am an actor.
How are you?
We're good, and our day got a lot brighter when we came here to see you. Well, look at all the kids we saw in the school, and the teachers saying that they have a 99% attendance rate now. That's obviously a huge improvement because of some of these programs, and you know, those are the exact things that are gonna pay off. I mean, we'll come back to this village and to other villages like it, and you'll see and just an absolute difference in the quality of people's lives as these programs start scaling up. First, I'd just like to thank everybody for your incredible hospitality. It's been such a warm feeling here, and I want to thank you for that.
Because we can be here to celebrate, but this is really your project, your water system, and we wish you all the best with that. We know that it was all the work that you put into this that made the project possible, your labor as well as the cash investment.
We're looking forward to the day when we come back here many years from now and we have a wonderful working water system that everybody is able to use. Thank you so much.
If we can approach development in a new way, where it's not just about drilling one more well and one more well, but it's about changing the systems that people are saddled with in these countries to give them access to credit as a tool, and then just give them the boost rather than handing them the water projects or handing them the toilets, hand them the tools that they need to get it done on their own.
You know, the great thing yesterday, we had a meeting with the regional bank manager who was making these loans, who said, you know, he was so happy with the rate of return that he's happily going to call other branch managers all over India and let them know that this is a business they should be getting into as well. So when you see that, that's really exciting because it's just happening organically. People are figuring it out on their own.
We're ahead of our goals in terms of the number of people we're trying to serve with those commitments. And so the message, I think, is there are things that work, there are scalable solutions, there are entrepreneurial solutions, but 90% of that comes from the bottom up. It's not going to come from the top down. There's never going to be enough philanthropy in the world to get safe water and sanitation to everybody who needs it.
As they look at their neighbors and they see all of these changes that are going on right in their village. Suddenly, all these people have toilets in their houses. Suddenly, all these people have running water. And well, how did you do that? And I think that as the word spreads, you know, it'll hopefully spread like wildfire through this village. But then it can be taken on to villages all around. I mean, the exciting thing is suddenly all this commercial capital is coming in. Like these banks are going, wait, this actually works. These repayment rates are at 100%. Well, you know, I'll loan to them, you know, and so it's going to hopefully take on a life of its own. The more people become aware of how effective it is.
I think that's the bigger question to answer. You know, this village, it's already happening,
right,
but how can this village and what's happening here in Tamil Nadu roll out across the country?